Hello everyone, welcome to our special segment on the winter forecast for 2025-2026. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Al Roker here, ready to break down what's ahead for the winter of 2025-2026. This season is shaping up to be quite fascinating, with a mix of weather patterns that could bring a variety of conditions across the country. The big question, will it be mild, or are we in for a real winter wallop? This year, the answer isn't straightforward. We could see everything from mild, pleasant days, to severe snowstorms that could disrupt daily life. This year, the setup is especially intriguing. The weather patterns are showing some unusual trends that could lead to unexpected weather events. Meteorologists are keeping a close eye on these developments. Two major players are in the mix, a developing La Niña and a potentially unstable polar vortex. These two factors are critical in shaping the winter weather we will experience. These climate drivers could mean a winter with sharp contrasts, some regions colder and snowier, others milder and wetter. This variability makes it essential to stay informed about the latest forecasts. La Niña, the cooler sibling to El Niño, brings colder Pacific waters that ripple through global weather patterns. This cooling effect can lead to significant changes in weather across different parts of the world. It shifts the jet stream, steering storms and cold air in new directions. This shift can result in unusual weather patterns, including unexpected cold snaps and stormy conditions. Add in the polar vortex, a swirling mass of cold air over the poles, and things get even more interesting. The polar vortex can influence weather far beyond the Arctic, affecting temperatures and storm patterns in the lower latitudes. If the vortex weakens, Arctic air can plunge south, bringing those bone-chilling snaps. These sudden drops in temperature can catch people off guard, making it crucial to be prepared for rapid changes. The combination of La Niña and a wobbly polar vortex sets the stage for a dynamic, memorable winter. This interplay could lead to a season full of surprises with weather that keeps us all on our toes. We'll break down what this means for your region, so you can be ready for whatever comes. Let's dive in. Stay tuned as we explore the detailed forecasts and what you can expect in the coming months. Let's dig into our two main winter influencers, La Niña and the polar vortex. These two powerful forces in our atmosphere play a huge role in shaping the kind of winter we experience, from mild and rainy to bitterly cold and snowy. Understanding how they work and how they interact can help us make sense of the wild swings in winter weather that we see from year to year. La Niña is a climate pattern that cools the surface waters of the eastern Pacific Ocean, especially near the equator. This cooling effect might seem far away, but it has a dramatic impact on weather patterns across North America. When La Niña is active, it shifts the position of the jet stream, a fast-moving river of air high above us, pushing it further north than usual. This change in the jet stream's path means that colder, stormier weather is funneled into the northern United States, while the southern states often stay warmer and drier. The jet stream acts as a kind of atmospheric barrier, separating cold air to the north from warmer air to the south. During La Niña winters, the jet stream tends to dip southward over the western and central parts of the continent. This dip opens the door for frigid, Canadian air to pour into the northern states, bringing with it the potential for heavy snow, ice storms, and blustery winds. That's why places like the Pacific Northwest, the Rocky Mountains, and the Upper Midwest often see colder, snowier winters during La Niña years. These regions can experience frequent storms, deep snowpack, and extended periods of below-freezing temperatures. For people living in these areas, La Niña can mean more shoveling, more icy roads, and a greater risk of winter weather disruptions. Now let's talk about the polar vortex. The polar vortex is a massive swirling pool of extremely cold air that sits high in the atmosphere above the North Pole. It's like a giant cold air reservoir, spinning counterclockwise and usually staying locked in place by strong winds. When the polar vortex is strong and stable, it acts like a lid, keeping the coldest air trapped over the Arctic. This means that much of North America is shielded from the most extreme cold, and winter weather tends to be more predictable. But if the polar vortex weakens or becomes unstable, it can wobble and split, sending lobes of Arctic air plunging southward into Canada and the United States. These disruptions can lead to sudden, severe cold snaps that catch people off guard and bring record-breaking low temperatures. This is when we get those dramatic, cold snaps. Temperatures can plummet in a matter of hours, turning a mild winter day into a deep freeze. Cities and towns can be hit with dangerous wind chills, frozen pipes, and hazardous travel conditions. Sometimes a phenomenon called sudden stratospheric warming occurs, where temperatures high above the Arctic rise rapidly. This event can disrupt the polar vortex even further, making winter weather even more unpredictable and increasing the risk of extreme cold outbreaks. The real wildcard is when La Niña and a weakened polar vortex happen at the same time. When these two forces combine, they can amplify each other's effects, leading to a winter that's not just cold and snowy, but also highly volatile and difficult to forecast. That's a recipe for a harsh winter, with the potential for major cold outbreaks, blizzards, and widespread disruptions to daily life. Power outages, school closures, and travel delays can all become more common when these patterns align. Of course, these patterns don't guarantee any specific outcome, but they set the stage for what's possible. Meteorologists use them to make seasonal forecasts and help communities prepare for whatever winter might bring. So, as we look ahead, let's see how these powerful forces could shape the winter across North America, and what that might mean for you and your community. Northern US and Canada, get ready for a colder winter. La Niña's jet stream favors frequent Arctic air intrusions, especially from the Pacific Northwest to New England. The Canadian prairies and much of central Canada could see some of the coldest air. Expect more frequent and intense cold snaps than recent years. Historical La Niña data backs this up. The jet stream's dip opens the door for Arctic air. Cities like Seattle, Minneapolis, and Buffalo should brace for a classic old-school winter. There will be milder spells, but the overall trend is colder. Make sure your heating systems and winter gear are ready. In the southern US, expect a different story, generally milder temperatures. The jet stream blocks deep Arctic air, so states like Texas, Florida, and Georgia stay warmer. Cold fronts will still pass through, but prolonged freezes are less likely. The Southwest, including Arizona and Southern California, will likely be drier than average. Bad news for water supplies. Meanwhile, the Southeast and Gulf Coast could see a wetter winter, thanks to an active subtropical jet stream. More rain means higher flood and severe weather risks, even in winter. So while it's mild, it could also be soggy. Drought could worsen in the Southwest, while the Southeast should prepare for heavy rain. Stay alert for changing conditions. Europe's winter is also shaped by La Niña and the polar vortex. If the vortex weakens, Northern Europe, UK, Scandinavia, Germany, could see colder, snowier conditions. A negative North Atlantic oscillation can block the jet stream, letting Siberian cold sweep in. Think beast from the east. Southern Europe, like Spain and Italy, may get milder, wetter weather as storms track into the Mediterranean. The forecast depends heavily on the polar vortex's behavior. If it stays strong, Northern Europe could be milder and stormier. Sudden stratospheric warming is the wild card. Hard to predict, but it can flip the pattern fast. Europeans should keep an eye on local forecasts as winter unfolds. Snow lovers, here's what to expect as winter approaches across the United States. Whether you're hoping for powdery slopes, scenic snowfalls, or just a few flakes to brighten your neighborhood, this season's precipitation patterns are shaping up to be both exciting and unpredictable. The Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies are set for a snowy season, thanks to frequent Pacific storms rolling in from the ocean. These regions will likely see above-average snowfall, with mountain passes and ski resorts benefiting from consistent fresh powder. If you're planning a winter getaway, these areas promise some of the best snow conditions in the country, making them a top destination for winter sports enthusiasts and nature lovers alike. The upper Midwest and Great Lakes will also experience active snow patterns. Lake-effect snow could be especially intense this year, as cold air sweeps over the relatively warmer lake waters, creating heavy, localized snow bands. Cities and towns along the lake shores should prepare for frequent snow events, with the potential for rapid accumulations and challenging travel conditions. Buffalo, Cleveland, and Grand Rapids are no strangers to winter storms, and this year is no exception. These cities should brace for major snow events, with the possibility of blizzards and significant disruptions. Residents can expect to see snowplows working overtime, and local officials issuing frequent weather advisories. The Northeast, including New England, could see several powerful nor'easters this season. These intense coastal storms have the potential to bring not only heavy snow, but also dangerous ice accumulations and strong winds. Cities like Boston and New York may experience multiple rounds of wintry weather, so residents should be prepared for both snow days and icy commutes. In contrast, the Southwest will be drier than usual, with less mountain snow expected. This is concerning news for water resources, as snowpack in the mountains is a crucial source of water for the region. Ski resorts in Arizona and New Mexico may see limited snowfall, and communities should be mindful of ongoing drought conditions. The Southeast will experience a wetter winter overall, but most of the precipitation will fall as rain rather than snow. While this means less shoveling for residents, it could also lead to periods of heavy rain, localized flooding, and soggy conditions throughout the season. Snow in cities like Atlanta is unlikely, but not impossible if the right setup occurs. Every few years, a rare southern snowstorm surprises residents, turning familiar streets into winter wonderlands for a brief time. Keep an eye on the forecast. Sometimes all it takes is one cold front and a bit of moisture for a magical snow day. The storm track will be key this winter. Small shifts in the jet stream or storm paths can mean big changes in who gets snow or rain. Meteorologists will be closely monitoring these patterns, as even a slight change can turn a rainy forecast into a snowy one, or vice versa. Stay tuned for updates as the season progresses. With so many variables at play, it's important to check your local forecast regularly and be prepared for whatever winter has in store. Whether you're hoping for snow days or just want to stay safe, this winter promises to keep us all on our toes. The polar vortex is winter's wild card. If a sudden stratospheric warming event hits, it can disrupt the vortex and send Arctic air plunging south. This can trigger record-breaking cold snaps across North America and Europe. Early signs suggest the vortex could be unstable this winter, raising the odds for a major cold outbreak. If it happens, expect dangerous wind chills and heavy strain on power grids. The La Niña pattern sets the background, but a vortex disruption can override everything. Always be prepared for a sudden shift to extreme cold. Forecasting a whole season is tough. Weather is chaotic and full of surprises. While La Niña and the polar vortex give us clues, other factors like the Madden-Julian oscillation and North Atlantic oscillation can shake things up. These short-term patterns can flip the weather for a week or two, even in the middle of a cold winter. A seasonal outlook is about the big picture, not specific days. Use this forecast as a guide, not a guarantee. As winter unfolds, local forecasts will become more accurate. Stay updated for the latest on storms, cold snaps and hazards. Flexibility and preparation are key. Preparation is everything. Don't wait for the first storm. In the north, check your winter gear, heating systems and emergency supplies. For the south, clear gutters and prepare for heavy rain or the occasional cold snap. In the southwest, focus on water conservation. Wherever you live, stay informed with trusted local forecasts. A little planning now means a safer, more comfortable winter. We'll keep you updated all season long. That's what's happening around the country. Here's what's in your neck of the woods.